What's up, you guys? Back with another one. Okay, so this is probably the last time I'm going to cover this Derrick Jackson topic, but I didn't know that Charlamagne the God actually was on a different podcast. So I found him covering the Derrick Jackson, a situation, and I wanted to do a reaction video to it, you guys. I did watch only the first minute of it, but everything else is going to be brand spanking new to me. I haven't seen it all. So let's go ahead and check it out, you guys. Let's go ahead and see what Mr. Charlamagne the God has to say on the idiots, the brilliant idiots. Let's get it.
So stupid it's positively brilliant.
Newsweek. Derrick Jackson apologized for cheating on wife. Sparks waves of memes and jokes. This is nuts, man. BET, Metro. Oh my God. This is BBC? What the fuck?
It's crazy. Like BBC is a huge, the British broadcasting channel, something like that. What?
Who's not going to be getting that BBC? All those girls that he was cheating on his wife with.
You got to chill out for a while.
Here's the thing, man, and this is the thing, right? This is the podcast. This is the moral of this whole story. Before we even start talking,
all right.
I would rather be known as an honest sinner than a lying hypocrite.
Ooh.
Because when you're a lying hypocrite.
Yo, hold on. I'm Hippocrates, so let's not use the word hypocrite. Can we use another word?
But I'm gonna tell you why you're not a lying hypocrite.
Oh, that's right. I'm a truthful hypocrite.
And see, that's the whole thing. That's what I was talking about too, you guys. That's what everyone's been talking about. When we talk about him being a liar, he was a hypocrite. Like, you know what? I ain't even gonna get into it.
It's true, but it's not, and it's a difference when you're like, see, what Derrick did is he goes out there and he literally shits on men, right? And it's like a level of narcissism where he purposely doesn't try to understand where another man is coming from, as if he's never made any mistakes whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And then he mischaracterizes people as well. And he does it all for the benefit of his own pocket.
The black woman's pocketbook spending power. Black people's spending power is in the trillions. If you haven't ever watched it or ever heard about it, you guys, it's in the trillions. There was an effort in like the late 90s that people, like the mid to late 90s, where big companies actually started to spend more money on advertising towards black people. And you actually guys are seeing it. When Black Lives Matter came out, you see all the companies out here advertising the Travis Scott meal from McDonald's. Come on. There's so much money in the black spending power. Now, single black women spending power, absolutely tremendous. And what we've been trying to say is that Derrick Jackson panders and caters to it. Lies directly to him he knows that women are gonna eat this up and pay for it. They love hearing what he has to say, but he's not gonna stick by it, you guys. This is the reason why we've been saying this for forever, since the beginning of time.
You know what I mean? So what you're witnessing right now, literally, ladies and gentlemen, is all of that energy coming back. Because one person that you cannot fool, one entity, I'm not gonna say person, that you can't fool is God. You can't.
Facts. You cannot fool God. And look, he hasn't posted a video in the last 6 days. He did post a video that I did a reaction video towards. It's now deleted by him. But you can't. You know, it's gonna come back in some way, shape, or form, you guys. And I don't ever really wish for the downfall of anybody. But it's kind of good. It is still sad at the same time, you know. I hate that for any kind of child to have to go through a divorce, especially when your parents are public figures. Man, can only imagine, you guys, right?
Can't fool the universe. What you give to the universe will give back to you. The universe know when you full of shit. The universe knows. You making fool me. You can fool the public. You can fool your wife. The universe knows, bruh. So when you out there saying, man, you don't have no sympathy for men that cheat on their wives, guess what you're experiencing right now, Derrick?
Oof.
No sympathy.
Oh. Yo, you know what
You
was
didn't like
most
him 'cause-
frustrating about this guy? Is
Talk to me,
that
shows.
even though we all knew he was full of shit, what he was saying, we can't really disagree with. You know,
he's right.
because he'd be like,
That's
don't
why
cheat
we
on your
like him.
girl. And we'd be like,
right?
yeah, motherfucker, but shut up.
Stupid ass.
Yeah.
Is that why
so,
you didn't like him, Wax?
I
what?
don't even know why. It's like, nah, I don't like the dude because I think he's a piece of shit.
So, but the thing about this is that with this guy, like why he's the worst type of con man, this is why he's the worst type of con, because there are levels to con man, right?
Mhm.
But the worst type of con man is the person that that profits off the misery of the people he's conning, but
That's right.
tricks them into thinking that he's helping them, right?
That's right.
So
That's right.
he's out there selling these ladies these
that's what a
lies,
con
right?
is.
He's
That's
telling
right.
them everything that they want to believe, but is completely unrealistic, right? And he's setting an unrealistic expectation of relationships for these women. So all these women that are in relationships start going, well, I guess my relationship isn't good. So they feel miserable. And then all the ladies that get out of their relationships are now single, and they can never find a man that's going to live up to these lies because even the liar himself can't live up to the lie.
Damn, I
So you
agree.
making
Yeah,
all these
I agree.
people miserable, and you just lining your pockets with their sad, fucking teared up money. It's disgusting, man. It's the worst
It
type.
is, it is
That's why he had to
disgusting.
get beat up.
And I hate how, you know, he dragged his wife into this. And the reason I hate why I'm looking even right now on Shade Room, she's dressed in camouflage with, I don't know if that's the bonnet or the
Going
beret
for
at this
war.
point,
The
but
beret. She said that's her.
that's the
That's her
beret?
warrior crown.
that's her warrior crown. It's like, yo, you did that to her. Like you put her in the line of fire. We all know how cruel social media can be, show.
Yeah.
She had nothing to do with this. Like you're
Yeah.
using her as a human shield, and she had nothing to do with this. She wasn't there with you when you was cheating, so she shouldn't be there for the apologies and the cleanup and all of that. You got to hold yourself accountable,
I think she knew.
Derek.
I think she knew.
She
What you
did
mean?
know.
Yo,
You know,
but
I
here's
can
the
really
most-
agree with Charlamagne on that point because you know she wasn't involved with the cheating, and I told you like in the video she looked so uncomfortable. This wasn't her place for it. I'm not saying that she wasn't built for it, but it looked like she wasn't built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like it is unfortunate to see her do these types of things because it's like the internet is for the savages, man. You gotta have a certain type of skin for this type of shit, especially to be out front like that, especially when you got hundreds of thousands of people watching you, you know. And she looked. It's not her fault, right? It's not her fault.
Manipulative part of it, right, is that,
Talk to me.
and this is why this shit is so fucking cruel.
No, it's evil. No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not even joking when I say this, show.
No, this is next
What
level.
he
evil.
does is it's a level of evil. This is like some tyrannical, sociopathic
Yeah.
shit that he's doing.
The
Yo,
liar.
here's the thing, right? She is religious, and he is taking advantage of her and
Yeah.
abusing her based on how much she believes in the religion.
Yeah.
So if she believes in
Damn, I didn't think about
forgiveness,
it like that.
if she believes in all these things, he can take advantage of
Play on
that
that.
for as long as he wants. He's taking advantage of her belief in God.
Man,
That is next level despicable, bro.
I saw someone in the comments who was like, "Oh, I'm about to get myself a God-fearing woman, so she keeps forgiving me."
well, that's the
You
BS
gonna
about
treat the lady like
Christianity.
that?
We talked about that, right? When people think, the forgiveness is unlimited, like breadsticks at Olive Garden. But I tell you something else, man. When I heard Derrick Jackson say that he gave his life to God and his life went to shit, I know the devil was like, bars, nigga. Satan was like, preach. Satan was like, that's what I've been trying to tell people.
Bro, people can hate on Charlamagne. You can't hate him anymore, man. Like he is so funny. He's so raw with the shit that he says, man. And he's always on a point. He's got a point. That's why he does what he does, man. He's good. There's so many. You know what? I'm gonna do a Charlamagne the Guy reaction to funny moments on the Breakfast Club.
Damn, like how you say you gave your life to Jesus and then your life got fucked up. As I said in Donkey of the Day,
full of shit.
yeah, as I said in Donkey of the Day, don't bring Jesus into this. You're bringing Jesus into this just like you brought your wife into this for no reason.
It's everybody else's fault, huh, Derek? It's
Narcissism.
everybody else's fault. It's never your fault.
Textbook narcissism, show.
Mhm.
Textbook. I mean, textbook narcissism. Like you're deflecting and you're attacking other people. Like I saw him attacking John Gray. It's like John Gray don't have nothing to do with this. My brother Derrick, you cannot speak about any other man ever again for the rest of your life. Derrick gonna have to get a job.
You don't think that he's going to twist it around? You don't think people are going to keep?
The only people that'll follow him is the most stupidest people in the world.
He just gained more followers because of all this.
No, he didn't.
Yes, I saw someone say that he gained 200 more followers after all this.
I ain't see that. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow him.
Nah,
so
people are here for the show, right? People, the same reason why people follow The Bachelor, why people...
I mean, you got to think about it. They say all publicity is good publicity. Now, there is an opportunity. There's almost always an opportunity with any kind of shortcoming. Whatever goes up must come down, and what goes down can stay down and get dragged across the ground. But if you're able to put the right material into it, if you're able to, finagle something in the right way, it can bounce back up even further than where you came from. So Derrick Jackson has an opportunity to actually turn this energy and switch it around. I do believe that. I do believe that, you guys. So that girl, she's not totally wrong on it. It's going to be fucking hard as hell to see how he's going to do it. But once again, you guys, that's what puts all of us in the positions that we're at. Your ideas, the way that you're able to respond to certain situations. That's what character is about, you guys. So I am curious to see what's going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if he came back even stronger with even more people than he had before. Probably switched up the content because this shit ain't going to fly, but
People follow a reality show. They're not there because they're fans. They're there because they just want to see somebody burn. They want to see the car accident. But that doesn't mean that they're believers. Here's the thing, though, that always happens is like there are a lot of women who have devoted so much time to him. They've devoted so much money to him, right? That they're pot committed already, right? There's a term in poker, like you're already all in. So they would rather believe him to be truthful and they'd rather stay with him than admit to themselves that they got tricked, that they got conned, that they got duped, and that they were a dummy. And that's why you see these people defending.
Facts. Read the book Influenced by Robert Cialdini. What this guy on the right is saying, I think his name is Andrew Schultz, he's saying some truth. People would rather, there's been so many times where there have been like these fanatical cult-like religious groups that have sprung about, and they'll claim and Influence, the book and Influence, there was this group that would say, oh, flood is coming, and they would count down until the day that it actually happened. And then the day when it came, they all were coming around. They were telling everyone around the city that this flood is going to happen. If you guys don't convert to us, you're going to die. That day came. Nothing happened, obviously. And what happened was the people that were a part of the group, they didn't just disband from it. They grew even stronger in belief in it. They believed that because their faith was so strong that the flood didn't happen. So they doubled down on it. So a lot of people will double down on this, you guys. They will double down on the message that Derrick Jackson speaks.
Indefensible folks of the world is because they would rather defend them than admit that they were stupid. Nobody wants to admit that they were dumb, that they got tricked, that they got conned.
Especially if the person telling you this guy was full of shit is somebody you don't like. You don't want to admit Duval was right. If you hate little Duval and everything he stands for, and you cheering Derrick Jackson on when he's going in on Duval, you don't want to admit that little Duval is right.
I'll tell you this, though. Religious women's stock is on the rise, bro. I think we need to get ourselves some good Christian girls, bro, because they are different.
Nah, but you gotta understand, you keep on playing around with God creatures, he's gonna tear your ass up. This. So go ahead and play whatever you want to.
Tear your ass up. I mean,
go ahead, have fun.
Yeah, I felt bad. I really do feel bad for her because she don't deserve this. She don't deserve the bullying that she's getting. And I saw him tweet out this morning, slander me, don't slander her. It's like, bruh, you brought her into this.
Nobody knew who she was.
Nobody knew who she was. Nobody cared. You cheated on your wife, and instead of being a man and holding yourself accountable and taking full responsibility, you did what narcissists do, and that's deflect. Look, this is my wife. My wife is just here, and she's fine with it. My beautiful queen. Like, man, stop, King.
And she looked at him like...
And he holding her hand, making sure she agree with everything he said.
It's bad, and it's very misleading. And it's just
and it was a joke when he did that that video.
What
What
you
you were
mean?
talking about when he did the reaction to his own video.
Oh, not
that was a joke.
That's textbook narcissism.
Yeah.
The guys, it was actually impressive. He spoke in third person for like 8 minutes. I literally had to follow it and try.
I told you. I said that same shit. It's impressive, man. There's some like like as a man, like real recognize real. And I'm not saying that's not real shit, but you can recognize some ingenuity, some greatness in the midst of some chaotic bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And there was it. He had it a little bit, you know?
To figure out who he was talking about. He was talking about himself. He was like, and Derrick Jackson is this, and Derrick Jackson held himself accountable, and Derrick Jackson is giving great advice to people. I said, yo, this dude is a level of narcissism that maybe can't be cured. I've talked to my therapist about narcissism.
Yeah.
My therapist don't think narcissism can be cured.
I don't think so either.
What do you?
Sickness.
It's a
I
sickness.
think it, yeah.
And when you talk, see, people don't understand why narcissists talk about themselves in third person like that. It's because they're distancing themselves from their bullshit.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
That's basically what you're saying. You're acting like you're holding yourself accountable, but you're really not. You're distancing yourself from your bullshit, and you're talking about yourself like you're another individual who doesn't have to deal with the shit that you're fucking discussing. I don't. Yeah,
He
man.
almost was a cancer. He's not.
See, so
Well, I'm glad he's not.
I believe that
I've
you
never
can
been-
learn
I just-
something
I
from
couldn't be that full
everybody,
of
and
shit,
there's
so
something to
I'm gonna be
learn
honest
from
with you. I couldn't
him.
get on this podcast.
Whether you like him or not, there's something to learn from people.
No, he's not.
It says July 20th. He's like right on the cusp of cancer. And
He is a cancer if he's July 20th, then.
I thought, when does cancer end?
22nd, July
Wow.
22nd.
Shit.
I couldn't be that kind of person that could like say all of that shit, like really go in on motherfuckers about certain shit and then be doing that shit. I
Yeah.
couldn't be that type of person. I couldn't be that full of shit. Like the way my anxiety is, just the way I am as a human, I couldn't show up in the world like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like I would never feel confident in anything I'm saying. I could never sit in my car like him and do those
I
videos
can't believe him.
knowing
Yeah,
the
it
shit
looks
out,
crazy.
knowing that I'm fucking around like that. I could never do it. How can I fix myself to be like, you ain't shit because you cheat?
Yo,
Yo,
but
what's up, baby?
isn't
I'll be
that-
over in a second.
Isn't that interesting though that like he knows how full of shit he is, that he got to leave his own house to go to his car to lie? Like,
You don't want that shit in your house.
You know he wants
You
to
don't
do
want that
that
shit
from
in
the
there.
comfort of his home and his living room, but his girl gonna look at him and she gonna know that he smells like the last Latin girl that he smashed, and she gonna be like, if you don't shut your ass up, go out to your car with your little split screen and lie your ass off over there.
And where does he go from here?
I mean,
Liar.
here's the thing. He's going to have his cult following. He's going to have his supporters because people don't want to admit that they were dumb in that moment.
Yeah.
You see all these figures. You see all these cult figures.
I mean, here's a good example of someone that had a huge following, who was on the peak of their career, yada yada yada, and then just blew up in their own bullshit. Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? His album flopped like last year. What did he do? He took a year off back basically, and he came back pulling the numbers again. I mean, it's just the way things work sometimes, you guys. All right? But you got to be aware of these things. This is where knowledge is power comes into play, you guys. You got to be aware of things so that you don't get duped into the BS and the facades and shit like that. Smoke screens, you know what I'm saying? You got to have that 30 vision.
that don't want to admit they're dumb. And he's the perfect type of cult figure because he tells you what you want to hear. He tells you every feeling you have is right. He tells you how you are being disrespected is 100% true. So why wouldn't you want to keep believing that shit? It's no different than horoscopes. It's no different than like those.
Pastors do that. You know how many pastors got caught smashing a missionary in the church?
Mhm.
And everybody still end up going there because he did preach a good word. He was just weak.
It's different with pastors, though. And I'll tell you why it's
They
different
ain't
with
lie
pastors.
like this.
They didn't lie like this.
Yes.
A pastor is a human being who fell short.
Fell
The
short.
flesh is weak. They tell us this all the time. The difference between pastors and Derrick Jackson was straight up saying, if you do X, Y, and Z, meaning cheat, there's no sympathy for you. We don't have no empathy for you. You ain't shit. He said that.
Bro.
So I'm going off your words, Derrick. Since you like to talk in third person, I'm going off your words. Based off your logic, you ain't shit and you don't deserve no sympathy or no forgiveness. Based off your logic. Your logic, Derrick.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like a pastor admits that he's human and that he's going to fail just like all humans. Derrick isn't being a pastor. He's saying he's Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not
so
saying
perfect.
What's that?
It's a weird
He's so perfect.
comparison, but
Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. I don't know if there's a lane for him after this. I don't think so. I mean, of course, people get over things, but this is so blatant. This is so blatant that I don't think there's a.
So I actually want to disagree. I think there is a lane for him, and it's because the dating scene is so disorganized. And look at Kevin Samuels, how he blew up, you guys. There is a need for this. There's such a huge demand for like this relationship shit, you guys, and like he can actually come back, and it would be on. I predict, and I think that a way that Derrick Jackson can come back is if he started tailoring his message to like how to like reconcile with major issues. If he were to actually like document how he were trying to make things right, the conversations he's having, if he were to actually go the opposite direction, I can see himself saving it.
Lane for him after this. Like, I just don't see it. I personally don't see it for him. I don't see how anybody that's of sound mind can continue to listen to anything he has to say about relationships or otherwise, because the guy is just a liar. And let's be clear, he got caught this weekend, right? I think Tasha K did an interview with the young lady who put him out there. The first video he did responding to that, he lied.
What did he say?
He did do it?
He lied and said he said what did he say?
Oh, he didn't have sex.
We didn't have we had sexual relations, but we didn't have sex.
He
or
tried
some
that
shit
Bill
like
Clinton
that.
shit.
Yes.
This motherfucker went to the oldest trick in the book. We smoked cigars together. All right.
Yeah, we fucked. I didn't nut. Like whatever the fuck it was. But it's just like, yo, his first reaction was to lie. Yeah. And then come back and deflect with your wife.
But he's used to lying, though. Look how much he's lied all the time. So that's the first thing to do.
Bringing your wife on.
Who is that dude in the green? Like, what's he doing here?
Especially if she wasn't part of the story. If she was part of the story, I would totally understand. If she was part of the story, if the story was about her in any way, I get it. She had nothing to do with it.
What?
Yeah,
she
man.
is a part of it, though, because that's his wife.
So what? How many men get cheated on? And are you hear about infidelity and adultery? We don't see these people's wives.
Right.
It's about him.
Why are you putting your wife through this so you could be forgiven? Like, if your wife forgives you, that's all you need to know. Yeah. You don't need to show the whole internet that your wife forgives you unless the internet is what you care about and not your wife.
Of course.
You just said it, Schultz.
I mean, it's true, but at the same time, because she is associated with him. If something happens to him, it kind of, when you're married, you're supposed to be one flesh, right? So all this shit comes down on him. Same shit kind of comes down on her a little bit. So she was right to kind of respond, even though she just wasn't really built for this shit. She didn't respond like in a good way, but you know, I mean, she had a right. She had a right, and it is right. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. He cares more about what the internet thinks than he does about the well-being of his queen.
Yeah.
It's really just that simple. That's it. He trying to save himself. He literally used her like a goddamn human shield, like Nino Brown held that kid up in New Jack City, bro. And you take these bullets. That's what he did. And now she getting slandered 100 miles per hour. And I don't care how much God you believe in. I don't care how much Jesus you believe in. I don't care how much you think you got that whole armor of God on. If you're not used to this social media shit and people are slandering the fuck out of you like they doing her, I know that shit is impacting her. That's why she's sitting on the Instagram right now with camouflage on and a goddamn bonnet beret talking about motherfucking she ready for war.
You're not.
No, you're not ready.
Not so
You're not ready at all. And you know how the internet is, show.
Damn. I mean, it's like
it's
like a funny,
you've been giving
sad,
you're giving us 72 hours of content. Longer.
Now you with a beret.
Now you with a beret. Oh, that is
like there's a, you know how when people they're nervous sometimes they'll laugh or they smile or some shit like that, you guys. That's why we're laughing at. Like, we're laughing at the absurdity and how fucked up the situation is. It's not that it's funny, like she's so she don't know. It's like, wow, like I cannot believe that it's gone past this level of absurdism, you know?
Correct.
Wait a minute, there's something new? What's her Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm about to
Bro,
follow her.
she's
Go
on
in
the shade room.
This one
Oh yeah. I forgot, y'all. I'm gonna get the premium. I'm gonna get the premium like right now. Don't worry. Next video, I promise I'm gonna have it.
Everyone's laughing at her
I feel
still.
sorry for her, man. And she thinks she can beat the internet.
Yo,
There is nobody on this earth except for one person, and that's the greatest white man of all time, Tom Brady, who beat the motherfucking
I
internet.
thought you was gonna say Michael Jackson.
No, nobody has ever beaten the internet, but she is not used
Who
to
is
it.
that nigga?
So she's on there steady explaining. She's grabbing her beret. She's clutching her pearls. And she thinks that she's going to change the tide of what people are saying about her on the internet because she keeps talking about it. This is sad. And Derrick, you did that to her.
I'm not seeing
Whose
it, bro. It's on the
saxophone
shade
is that?
room.
It's on the shade
It's
room.
like the fourth post.
Whose saxophone is that? God, look like he's fucking doing fucking saxophone, nigga.
This is sad, man. This
Oh,
is
shit.
I'll
sad.
send it to you.
Oh my God,
is
I got it. Oh, this is hilarious.
Well, why did she dress up though? Like,
Oh,
that,
this
She's
is
ready for war.
hilarious.
What are you talking about?
Oh
she looks
my
crazy,
God.
honestly.
Yo, you know what her name is?
What?
Her name is Denia. She's been denying. She's been denying a whole lot. Yo, that's-
Denying Jackson. That's
Yo,
Denying Jackson.
What a
Denying
Funny
Jackson.
like
You
that.
shouldn't deny Jackson.
this fake, bro.
Derrick.
This not real. Your name can't be Denia. Your name
Listen,
cannot be
Has
Denia.
anybody posted Action Jackson under these comments yet?
I haven't seen it.
This is fucked up, Derrick. You caused it.
Yeah.
That poor queen is getting slandered 100 miles per hour because of you.
Listen, Andrew Schultz. Okay, we love to have unique names in the black community, Mr. Schultz. Okay, her mama wanted to name her Denia because it sounded cool to her. Okay, she wanted to be unique. Understand things. It's 2021. Black Lives Matter.
Anyway, where he at?
Man,
He's after the camera. He's
he in the car. He in the car doing his video. Listen, a man's job is to protect and provide.
Period.
You are not protecting your queen right now, King. You sent her out there to the wolves, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Derrick Jackson.
You're
and
using-
listen, Derrick has gone at me. Derrick gone at Duval. He gone at Gilly the King. I saw him going at my man Isaac Hayes the third. I didn't even realize he went at all of them. I saw Gilly repost the video when he went at him. I feel bad because I took the bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was your thing. It was all a shtick this whole time.
Whole time.
Yeah.
Clown.
This whole time is a shtick.
Damn, that was a good video. That was a good video, y'all. Well, on that note, I'm sealing it, you guys. The Derrick Jackson thing is done. No more, nada. We out of there. We done with the situation, you guys. Man, it was a fucked up situation, but hey, we don't care anymore because we got our own lives to live and we ain't keeping that negativity in our lives, you guys. All right? With that being said, peace in the Middle East.